So I was going to wear my Grinch shirt in honor of Uncle Jack, but instead I wore my Riley shirt in honor of uh, Jackie Boy. Though I do know that Uncle Jack thinks that Jackie Boy's his name, but we'll let him think it, okay? So today's a real pretty day. It is only 43, and it says that it feels like it's 36 outside, but it's real bright, a little overcast, but the sun's supposed to come out a little bit later. It is St. Patrick's Day today, and I'm actually having on zero green, so I'm going to have to go do that, aren't I? I'm going to read to you this way, and I'll show you the pictures after I read the page. Because I actually have makeup on and I've done my hair. Yes, this is my hair done. And so when my hair's not done and my face isn't done, I'll turn it around so you only see the book. So this is Clifford, the small red puppy. And I love almost all the Clifford books. And the story and the pictures are by Norman Bridwell. Hi! I'm Emily Elizabeth, and this is Clifford, my big red dog. You see Clifford? And that's Emily Elizabeth. Yesterday, my friend Martha said, "Your dog is very big and very red, but where did you get him?" "I got my dog from a fancy pet store." So I told her how I got Clifford. Look how big his foot is. Emily Elizabeth can sit on his foot. Oh, look at Martha just being all show off about her dog. She got him from a fancy, expensive pet store. Ew. When I was little, I lived in the city. I didn't have a dog. One day, the man down the hall called us. His dog had puppies. He wanted to give me one. See their little backyard there? And their tall, probably a tall townhouse. One puppy was smaller than the rest. I liked him. I said, "I want this one." The man said, "Don't take him. He is the runt. He will always be small and sick." But I decided I loved the little puppy. He needed me. And I decided to call him Clifford. He was so tiny that I had to feed him with the doll's baby bottle. Now that is little, isn't it? She needs to straighten up the toys off the floor of her room, doesn't she? We got the smallest collar we could find for Clifford. It was too big. Oh, do you see the sweet little thing running and almost tripping on it? How cute is that? That almost looks like baby Franklin. Oh, when he began to eat dog food, we had to watch him all the time. Why do you think they had to watch him all the time when he was trying to eat dog food? Kerplunk. He was so little that he was always getting lost, even in our small apartment. Well, where is he hiding here? Can you find him? Oh, look, her daddy found him in his boot. There he is. Daddy said Clifford was just too small. He didn't think he could live through the winter. I was very sad. That night, I let Clifford sleep on my pillow. I told him I wished he would grow to be a big, healthy dog. Then I told Clifford I loved him. Oh, look at her. She got the little baby doggy up there. She's so sad. She just gets so sad. Next morning, he looked bigger to me. What? Can a dog grow like that overnight? He seemed to have an easier time eating his dog food, and his collar wasn't so loose. Now what's happening here? Does it look like he's still having trouble with his dog dish? Is he tripping as much on his collar? No. In fact, by the time Daddy got home, the collar was too small. By bedtime, Clifford's tiny basket seemed to be too small for him. What is going on? He broke his collar, and now look at the little basket he sleeps in. He's outgrowing it. So I let him sleep on my pillow again. That was a mistake. Next morning, Mommy thought Clifford looked different. Daddy said, I think he is growing. I decided to take Clifford for a walk. What do you think? Is Clifford growing? At the corner, I saw a big dog coming. I knew I should pick Clifford up so the big dog couldn't hurt him. I shouldn't have worried. Oh no, look at that. Would you look at that? Clifford really was growing. We ran to show Mommy how big he was. Had our apartment door grown smaller? What? She can't even push him in. Look at his sides are bulging. What? Daddy couldn't believe it. We put Clifford in the garden to sleep that night. He's taller than the door. Well, taller than the window. In the morning, the lady upstairs called us. It was about Clifford. In fact, all the neighbors were starting to notice him. Clifford was becoming a peeping Tom, wasn't he? Look how big he is. He's as tall as the trees. Well, the one little tree. The landlord called the police. They came to see Clifford. They said Clifford would have to go. But how? He couldn't go through the door. One policeman had an idea. I'm sure he did. There was just one way to get Clifford out of our garden. We sent him to live with my uncle who lived in the country. So what do you think? Picked him up with a big old crane? It worked, didn't it? Oh, and now he's in that big old moving truck. He's barely fitting in, isn't he? Look at his tail hanging out. At least his nose is out so he can breathe, right? I was sad. I missed my little puppy. And he missed me. Do you see how sad she is? She's got tears. And she's wiping her little tears. Oh, and so does Clifford. He misses her too. One day, we got a surprise. My uncle wanted Daddy to come work with him in the country. We could be with Clifford. We moved right away. Oh, that's the words. Don't you want to see them moving? Look at his tail hanging out of the house. Boy, he's big, isn't he? Clifford was waiting for me. I said, Clifford, stop growing. You are just right. So I said to Martha, look at him. Oh, look how short she is. And he used to be that little to her, didn't he? That's how I got my dog. Tell me again how you got your dog? Martha said, forget it. Yeah, Martha was all braggy McBraggerson until she heard about this one, wasn't she? And that's the end. That's Clifford, the small red puppy.